On the mat tonight, it was the regional duels for the boys. Electric atmosphere with Pleasant Valley hosting Bettendorf with a trip to state on the line. Great start for the Bulldogs on the road, 150 pounds. It's Duncan Harm getting a quick pin to put Bettendorf up 6-0. West Hand Spartans answer right back. This is Merrick Kelsall with a pin of his own to tie things up at 6. The pins keep coming for Bettendorf, 175 pounds. It's Lincoln Jip getting his opponent in a headlock and pressing it into a pin. That put the Bulldogs up 10, but the Spartans fight back. This is PV's heavyweight, Dane Cox, leading 6-0 in the third, and he wants a pin. It's Cox with a takedown, and then he gets the pin for 6, sending Spartan Nation into a frenzy. The fans were incredible. UFC Hall of Famer Jens Pulver coaching up the Spartans, and his son Carson, who comes up with a huge pin at 120 pounds. That would tie the match at 25. Later, it's Pleasant Valley senior Carter Siebel getting the pin to give PV its first lead of the duel, 31-30. PV beat Bettendorf just a couple weeks ago in a duel that came down to the final 2 matches. Tonight comes down to the last 2 as well. TJ Kester getting the tech fall. Bettendorf up 4. Bettendorf coach Dan Knight was sick when his Bulldogs lost to PV 2 weeks ago. Only duel he remembers missing in the last 2 decades. He was back on the mat tonight, and Cody Trevino puts it away for the Bulldogs with another tech fall. The Bulldogs are heading back to the state duels for the 7th straight year. 40-31, the final score.
Feels great. Like I said, you can't really draw it up any better. I mean, we were wanting this one back bad, and as soon as we saw the regional dual schedule release, we were kind of chomping at the bit, getting ready to get over here.
You're born into this, like this PV and Bettendorf duel. These matches really mean a lot to us, and to beat them, to go to state, really means more.
The hats off to them, and hats off to Pleasant Valley to make it a tight duel like that. Our kids, they're seasoned kids. Our kids that are ranked, they're year-round wrestlers, and so they're put in these situations a lot, and you know, that's a big benefit. They don't get shook necessarily, and it's not their first rodeo per se. You know, they've been around the block a few times, and they're pretty comfortable in a hostile environment and a big match. Some of these guys, the bigger the match, the better they perform, which is great.
Assumption hosting Mount Vernon, who upset Notre Dame in the first duel. Third match in at 126. Knights down, but Brody Buman changes that in 65 seconds. Steps over and gets the pin. Assumption takes a 9-6 lead. Next match, Steele Diericks. Going to make it back-to-back falls for the Knights. 5 seconds before the end of the first, Diericks flipping his opponent, making it 15-6. Next match, things getting wild. Caden Wild for the Knights makes it 3 consecutive pins. Another quick match, another 6 points. Mount Vernon wins 4 in a row, though, to take the lead. And then at 175 pounds, Maximus Purdy, using 5 takedowns in the first period to build a lead. He wins by major decision. Knights up 25-22, 220 pounds. Dual tied at 25. Mount Vernon going to get a fall, and that would be a backbreaker for Assumption. The Knights will be focusing on the traditional tournament now, as Mount Vernon gets the win 34-31. In Class 1A, the Wilton Beavers would strike first, strike hard, and giving no mercy to I-35 Truro. Beavers rolling on to Coralville 71-6. Also in 3A, the North Scott Lancers getting 5 pins in the championship match against Linmar. The Lancers back in the state duels for the first time since 2021. Well, the Iowa basketball